Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. Today is November the 6th. I'm going to do your spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our H.O.O.D recovery services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay, the title of this meditation is Honest Self-Reflection. Honesty begins with not lying, but that's not where it ends. Taken from Guiding Principles, Tradition 10, Opening Reflection. With any luck, we're challenged to practice a bit of cash register honesty early in our recovery. When a cashier gives us too much change, it's tempting to quietly pocket it, but we do the right thing instead. We hand the money back rather than lying by default. Damn, that feels good. We get an attaboy from the clerk and have some righteous experience to share at the next meeting. We revel in the positive attention, and even better, we feel proud of ourselves. This is a great start to practicing honesty, but it doesn't end there. The steps offer some important guidance for us as we sift through our past and examine our present state of mind and behavior. Personal inventories, long form, as well as the frequent spot checks, help us develop a habit of honest self-evaluation. We take stock of our assets and liabilities, refining our list in consultation with the sponsor and higher power. Really knowing ourselves is a crucial element of recovery. Our relationships with ourselves, with others, and with our lives are enriched by our willingness to be honest. When we're in a good groove with honesty, we tend to surrender a little bit more and have fewer amends to make. Clarity about our character, our motivations, and our emotional lives means we're less defensive and more introspective. It turns out that having access to our feelings makes it easier to connect with others. We build deep and lasting relationships with others who are also emotionally available. When we understand ourselves and our lives, it's easier to respond to the world around us in a way that's consistent with our values. For some of us, conscious living means that we find our voice and become advocates for causes that are important to us. We can hold strong opinions on difficult issues and still take care not to complicate the inane message. Clarity comes from honestly reflecting on our experience and sharing how living by spiritual principles keeps us grounded and growing. Our experience offers a vision of hope. Being myself is my best asset in carrying the message. I will take time for some honest self-reflection today. What a powerful meditation. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of Serenity Prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. So, very similar to the earlier meditation, where I was saying that humility is a lot like honesty. It has different levels, although the goal is to have the same willingness to be honest or to be humble, right? In all affairs that we might go through. all of the affairs we might pass through. So, this is talking about honest self reflection and how important it is for us to be able to know where we're at, know how we're doing, and be willing to adjust according to whatever status we perceive ourselves to be, right? Whatever state we perceive that we're in. In regards to honesty and being able to self reflect upon our true spiritual condition, our mental condition, our physical condition, and to be able to have clarity about our character, our motivations, and our emotional lives. When you know that, when you understand that, when you are willing to be honest in your own self reflection, what I have found, this is just my experience, and I believe it's the experience that is being shared in this meditation, is that there's less of a tendency to be defensive, right? There's less of a tendency to take everything so personally. There's less of a tendency to take on issues that are not our own. I don't have anything that I'm left trying to prove to anyone. That's why I often say the things that I do them because I want to. My heart is invested in them to some degree, right? Because I have a way of reflecting on my motives and reflecting on who I am on a regular basis throughout the whole day. So I'm making sure, to the best of my humble ability, right, that I am crossing my T's and dotting my I's so that when something comes my direction, I can tell you yes, or I can tell you no. I can tell you, yes, I did that, or no, I did not do that. Yes, that's okay with me. No, that's not okay with me. So that is where we're trying to go, where we remove the distance between what we say we are and who we really are. And the only way you can get there is to do the self-reflection piece and to practice it. A lot of people are not comfortable with being introspective, and it's because some of the times they see the level of contradiction and inconsistency, and they take that in such a way that it can almost depress them, right? It affects their moods because they see that there's this dissonance between who they are and who they say they are. The only way that changes is by being honest and self-reflection and being willing to do the work. It may not, if you've been lying all your life, you may not be able to just completely walk away from lying, especially if the stakes are high. You might be willing to tell what we call a fib to get past somebody, get past a situation so that you don't have it glaring in your face or that they're not aware of what's actually going on. If the stakes are high enough, I believe any person has the potential to lie. No matter how honest they've been, I believe if the stakes are high enough, a person has the potential to lie. Here's the thing. When the basic text tells us that we need not lose faith when we become rebellious, right? So when you fall back into some of your old patterns, we can't internalize it in such a way that it kills us, right? That it causes us to have self-hatred and loathing and depression. Those were all things that we used over before, right? So we need an honest assessment, right? Maybe we're taking 4 steps in a sense, and then we do that every year, but every day we do our 10th step, right? We want honest assessments of ourselves. But that is to help us become better individuals, not to destroy us. So when you see that there's a weakness, just be committed to making the change, right? We know that one is too many and 1,000 is never enough. So if on Friday night you're willing to lie so that you can go and hang out and do what you want to do or make that convention, But on Sunday, you you wouldn't dare tell a lie. There's a dissonance between Friday and Sunday, the person you are when you want to do what you want to do, and then the person you are when you do what's expected of you to do, right? And the only way that you can change that is making the decision that the next time I have that urge to just tell a little fib, I'm going to resist it. In fact, I'll say nothing before I lie, right? There is a such thing as lying by omission, but we're not talking about that. You have to say something and leave out parts for that to be the case, right? But you can at any point in time decide that you are not going to lie. And if it means not even speaking on a situation, I find some people, they just lie about the oddest thing. Why would you come lie to me about what you brought at the grocery store and it's your money? Why would you bring that to me? Why would it even be a discussion? I didn't ask for a receipt. I didn't ask. Why just lie about anything? Some people are so used to doing that, right? And if that's the case, that's them, but it doesn't have to be you. And if you find that you're a person that tends to lean into lying just because, stop. Just don't pick up the first one and you won't have to worry about the last one. Because I'm telling you from experience, once you tell one lie, when the person finds out that there's some inconsistency in the story and they come back to you and ask you about what you said, 9 times out of 10, you may not even be able to remember the first lie, but then you go on to create a different lie. And one lie leads to another, leads to another, and leads to another. And eventually you will be exposed as a liar. So it's better to just be honest to start out with. Know thyself, right? To thy own self be true. Know who you are and work on that. Just for today. Work on that. Tell yourself today, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do this self-reflection. I'm gonna start doing my step 10 at night and set my goals for the next day about how I'm going to go about having a better day. And just for today, I'm moving forward with the fact that if I even start to think and hesitate too long to respond, there's probably a lie right behind it. See, the truth is not ashamed to be analyzed, and the truth don't need to be explained. So a lot of times people are trying to figure out when they're taking a long time to give you a response, they're trying to figure out what parts they need to add and take out so that they can have the impression that they can give you the impression that they want you to have of them, or they're trying to make sure that they say the right words so that you think they manipulate your thoughts to be what they need it to be. And a lot of times it's only to funnel or to help them get more from you so that they can do what they want to do and not be responsible for themselves or their own actions. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope that you've enjoyed the meditation. And most importantly, I just hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose. Talk to you soon.